Got my vape. God damn it. Going back. Going back for the vape. Oh, there it is. Fuck. I'm gonna lose my shit here, man. Doing circles. Ugh. Here. Morning, Aiden. I got it. Oh. It's gonna suck with it too. Ha ha. You guys seen On Your Oath yet this morning, the 5-1?
Greetings, everyone. This is Jeff with On Your Oath Civil Rights Investigation. Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. It's about 9:50 a.m. I'm standing here in front of the Marco Island City Hall on this public sidewalk here. I'm just going to stand out here in front of the City Hall on this public sidewalk saying God bless the homeless veterans for about 25-30 minutes, spreading the word.
Slid underneath something on my seat. I didn't see it.
Soliciting, I guess, compassion and love for our homeless veterans. Hopefully things will go okay. We'll see how it goes. I'll just stay right out here on the sidewalk. And I'll check back with you at the end.
Hi, sorry about that. I'm from the Marco Island Police Department.
Hello.
Hi, I just got a call for a report of a suspicious person outside of City Hall. And I can give you that address. It's 50 Bald Eagle Drive, 50 Bald Eagle Drive.
Why wouldn't the police department deal with that themselves, though? Do they not have one?
Okay.
And it's just a gentleman out front of City Hall. He's got a sign that says homeless vet. And I guess he's, talking to people trying to come into City Hall. So one of our coworkers gave me a call.
All right, I'll go ahead and get someone over there.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Hi, bud. God put it in my heart to be here, so.
People don't even listen to what people say, though. course they don't have body cams. Collier County?
All right, well, there you have it. First officer that pulled up in vehicle 182 with the Marco Island Police Department. He was trying to run me off, trying to use a little bit of intimidation, said I couldn't be here. But the second officer pulled up, and I guess they talked and got things figured out. And then they went inside and talked to the ladies in here who most likely called the police on me. So we'll be getting those phone calls and radio traffic if there is any. But pretty much a pass, I guess, for Marco Island, Florida. Beautiful town, all except for them calling the police on me. At least the cops got here and got it together. Didn't violate my civil rights and respected all of our civil rights. So anyway, God bless homeless veterans. And we'll keep going one by one, city hall by city hall. Stay with me.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's actually kind of gross. It makes you kind of sick to your, well, it makes me sick to my stomach when I hear shit like that. Not a whole lot of streams going on today. Louder with Crowder did the town hall last night, the Trump town hall. Ooh, Flex has a new video. Put that on in a bit, I guess. I might save that for desktop. I thought I had a haircut scheduled today, but apparently I don't. So I don't know whether I'm going to try and do a walk-in today or not. But my head's getting scruffy, so we're probably going to figure something out. Oh, my club is starting. It's just no show today. Yeah, that's what I said. No show. Okay. Man, fuck. Get something going here for you guys while I run inside to the speedway. I'm gonna go over 70,000 miles today. This 2-year-old car. Be trucking it, man. Be trucking it.
So yesterday, the jury seemed to agree with Trump. The jury did not find Trump liable on the charge of rape, which is what Carol alleged, but did find him liable on a lesser charge of sexual assault and ordered him to pay millions of dollars in damages. In other words, the jury concluded that Trump's accuser lied about his raping her, but did not lie about his sexually assaulting her sometime around 1996, or maybe and anyway, he owes her $5 million for saying he didn't rape her, as the jury concluded. Fascinating. I'm Michael Knowles. This is the Michael Knowles Show.
Oh, wow.
Welcome back to the show. This episode's brought to you.
Regular. I don't think I'm even subscribed to him anymore. I'll have to check it out, though. I'll be right back.
Price and an extra $30 off with my code Knowles, KNWLES. Go to GoodRanchers.com. Use my code Knowles today. Coming up, the voice of his or her, no, it's his generation, Dylan Mulvaney, goes on the attack about my comments about my alleged call to eradicate and exterminate and commit genocide on people, which the mainstream media talked about, and the podcast host that Dylan Mulvaney was being interviewed by, we're talking about. So we will get into Dylan Mulvaney's attacks on me, for me attacking the ideology of transgenderism, for, I don't know, we'll go 3 layers deeper on Inception. First, though, really big news in the media, and that would be Tucker Carlson is back.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies.
But most of the time, that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read in the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It can pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We bring some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon. So the context here is not just that, okay, Tucker's going to start streaming on Twitter. The context is that Tucker is going to break his contract with Fox News. Fox took him off the air. Fox didn't exactly fire him. He's still being paid millions and millions and millions of dollars. Perspective. Not just different from the left, but different from many people on the right.
Hey.
That's why the libs focused on him so much. So the question
When I
was,
worked in Ann Arbor, we had to use the panhandle in front of the Kroger. And that dude made about two. He had around $400,000, $500,000 saved, and they donated it to a homeless shelter.
Cable news does ever in the history of the media.
Handle, and he would pick up cans. I mean, in Michigan, it's a 10-cent deposit on cans for all carbonate or bottles for all carbonated beverages. So he made $200 to $300 a day, both picking up cans and bottles and panhandling.
I'm a Luddite millennial, so I'm really not. But it is just a o'clock hour who didn't want to click the button on the remote, and the 10 o'clock hour in a quarter. If Tucker can actually, that could spell the end.
Howdy, missing remote.
Certainly
Sorry.
the dominance of media don't
I thought it was Aiden
last
that said
forever.
that. I didn't realize it was you.
Media forms have errors, okay? And cable news has been a dominant form for about 30 years now. Doesn't mean it'll completely go away. Some people still watch it, but it might go the way of radio. It might go the way of network TV. It might go the way, we just might move on now. And Tucker could, if his new show works, we have every reason to think it would. That could be a huge shift, not just in the politics of the country, but even in the way that politics is undertaken and information is consumed and transmitted. Speaking of journalism, we have a looming indictment, potentially, of Hunter Biden. I haven't covered it very much because I assume that the liberal establishment is going to figure out some way to let this guy off the hook. It's the president's son. He's been engaging in very clear public corruption for a very long time. They haven't done anything about it. Sometimes I fear that they try to make Hunter Biden a distraction so they don't need to deal with serious issues like the invasion on our southern border right now, or the looming prospect of World War III.
What? It does.
Seems to be doing very much about serving out the Democrats.
I'll fix
so
it.
I haven't focused on it too much, but we might get an indictment of Hunter Biden. And so preemptively, the White House has banned the New York
511.
Post
It's right on Rumble.
attending President Biden's only daytime public
I'll have to
event
fix
on
this.
Monday as the federal prosecutors
Fix it.
near a decision on charge. Why did they do this? Because the New York Post broke the Hunter Biden laptop story. The liberal establishment went into overdrive to shut down that story, including the government. The government pressured the big tech companies that control the flow of information around the public square, said, don't let this thing go out. Oh, it's Russian disinformation, blah, blah, blah.
See if I can
Joe
actually
Biden
change it
himself
in the
called the New
studio
York Post
once
story Russian
I finish
disinformation.
clipping my nails.
And now the New York Post is totally vindicated. We know it wasn't disinformation. We know it was just true information. So Joe Biden, who can't answer a question even from a friendly reporter, doesn't want to get a hostile question from the New York Post, so they banned the Post from the press conference.
Oh yeah, what you fired up about, Anna?
Is if Hunter Biden actually is indicted, we need the New York Post reporters, maybe the editor of the Post, to show up to whatever news conference that is, like Andrew Breitbart at the admission of guilt by Representative Anthony Weiner. A lot of people may have forgotten this incident. Anthony Weiner texted out a picture of his, well, you get it from me. So he tweeted that out publicly, intended to DM it privately to someone on Twitter. Breitbart caught this. He said, hey, look, Weiner's got this huge scandal. And everyone said, oh, it's disinformation, it was a hacking, yeah, Breitbart's terrible, it's awful. And then, coincidentally, Breitbart had to be in the election to Joe Biden. Made it much, much easier for Joe Biden to claim victory. There were, after that election, 12% of Biden voters, according to one poll, said they would not have voted for Biden had they known about the story.
Only 12%. That's scary.
Rig the election for Joe Biden. It may have succeeded. We need the Post to be doing the silliest end time dance. With Hallow, you can customize a personal prayer plan that works for you. Listen wherever you are with downloadable offline.
Well, sometimes a tyrant needs a trachea removed. I'm sure you know how to do it anatomically.
For free. That is 3 months absolutely free at hallow.com/Knowles. Speaking of
I love you too,
responsible fathers like
hope the day gets better.
Nick Cannon.
No more encounters with tyrants.
Of what does he have now? 10 children, 12 children, something like that. Nick Cannon has not just all of these children, which would be a wonderful thing if it were with the same woman, but has all of these children with lots and lots of different women, and is proud of that fact. He's pushing back and he's saying, I'm not a deadbeat dad. And I can see how Nick Cannon could convince himself with this argument, but it's important, I think, to go through each of these points that he makes.
Angry and corny. I don't carry coins.
There's so many errors at the heart of our culture.
I barely carry any cash.
I hear all the time you can't be present for all those children. So therefore, I get this deadbeat dad title. Right now the narrative is he has a bunch of kids, but I'm really at a place now where I know I person instead of telling people. So he says, I don't care what other people are saying. Fine attitude to have. Sometimes the mob is often wrong, and the prince of this world is the devil, and so yeah, the people can be wrong a lot of the time. But if everybody does, through your humility, to look at yourself and say, am I doing something that I shouldn't really be doing here? Why are people calling me that? And he says, it's ridiculous that people are calling me that because I make a lot of money. He says, when you think about
I haven't seen it. What's the new quarter look like?
Everybody thinks Ryan Seacrest has tons of money. I do everything that he does times 10. Well, not times 10, times 3, because he does a lot. So he's got a little humility there. He says, okay, I do more than Seacrest, but not, he works a lot too. So he's saying, look, I need to make a lot of money, and I make $100 million a year, so I am not a deadbeat dad. That would be true if life were only about money. But when you think back to your childhood,
oh yeah, absolute defiance.
Man, I had such a great childhood because my father's salary was $105,000 a year. $105,000.
He got sentenced. The last one I saw, he got sentenced.
And that is why my childhood was good. If he had only made $62,000 a year, if he's a good dad. The things you remember about your father are when he was around. He was just there for you. Those quiet moments, not the planned, just those little quiet moments when.
I don't know if there was something. Or is he live now?
He's demonstrated that. Different houses at the same time. He then goes on, he says, it's not about what I do for you or what I say to you. It's about how you feel when I'm with you. If you feel loved when you see your dad, that's what's going to resonate. No, it's seeing your dad that's going to resonate. Every day, that's what's going to resonate.
That's crazy. That U.S. coin?
We think in our modern age that we can just compartmentalize everything, and we can schedule everything. There's grieving.
Oh, okay.
And she actually has.
I thought that was like official. I was like, what the fuck?
A day. Of the responsibilities. You're A child's education is completed by around age 3. Yeah, sure, he'll start school at age 5, and he'll go to school through 18 or 22 or 26. But his education, kind of getting a formation of what the world is about. My son is gay. My youngest is fluid. And you know, they're my kids, they teach me every day. What are the odds? Other thing, online, it's innate. That's your orientation. That's who you really are. It's not that just that you become that or you develop into that. Very, very rare. We're talking about a very small number of people. Why are you damn conservatives? Why are you so focused on this? It's almost as if it is largely a social phenomenon. Contagion. Almost what? Unless Alex Jones is right. Frogs. But it would seem to me too much of a coincidence. So then, if it is the case that parents and culture and community and ideology and religion and all this has some role in shaping kids, do we adore Good Ranchers?
I get to continue seeing the chat.
Grilling season has arrived. Like ranchers.com, you get $30 off your order. I love these guys. I eat Good Ranchers. If not for the majority of my meals at this point, for at least a strong plurality. Good Ranchers, American delivery. If you, along with people, watch Netflix's hit show Making a Murderer, then you are going to love Daily Wire Plus's new exclusive 10-part series with Candace Owens, Convicting a Murderer, coming this summer.
Fuck
Whether
Candace
it's exposing
Owens.
Black Lives Matter or certain fallacies in the health
Candace
industry
Owens.
regarding COVID.
Description just
is coming soon. Is a new series called Convicting a Murderer. You will not want to miss it. Right now, there has never been a better time to become a Daily Wire Plus member.
All of them. I'm thinking, the only thing I can think that maybe it was is that whichever person that was doing some of those severely negative one, brigading up their reviews as but then when you ask, okay, what exactly is I'm sorry, but when you ask exactly what's wrong, they won't tell you. So, and there's no number to call. Believe me, it's frustrating. I've had to put.
Yeah, but what do you do? Put the CD up again, let it go to the file?
Yeah, that's what I had to. I mean, eventually, that's what I did with Cleveland. That's what I had to do. So, but I mean, there was not. I mean, it was. I mean, Cleveland wasn't even up for, but a little time before they took one, and that one just took. I mean, Pittsburgh has been approved and suspended 3 times, and each time I just say what is wrong with it, and they put it back up again. So I don't know.
Right. All right, let me add some people. Let me see what is that. All right, thank you.
Yep. Bye. That's the guy who owns the detox centers. Morning on inDOCtriNATION.
Suicide. Like, I was given no choice. I was told you will kill yourself if you don't go through with these treatments.
It's very much
4 pigs.
pro changes. If
4
you
piggies.
as your child will kill
Morning,
themselves.
everybody.
That is the most common thing.
Yeah, Google's fucked up, man. We've had the main detox center open for over a year. And for some reason they suspended the listing, the business listing, you know, on Google search and not search, but because the website still comes up on the search, but you know, the map, Google Maps listing, which is a huge deal. I mean, with no changes to it in over a year, all I did literally was get online because we had received a bunch of nice reviews and I liked them. And an hour later, the listing was suspended. So I emailed them. I'm like, hey, what's going on? They're like, well, we've detected suspicious activity in your account. You need to re-verify. So I literally sent them the electric bill. I sent them the business license. And I sent them the occupancy permit for the building. They came back with, okay, there's still an issue with your profile. It's going to remain suspended until this is corrected. So I replied back, what's wrong? Nothing on the profile has changed since we opened. And they won't answer me. So basically, I've been like doing little tweaks here and there, thinking, you know, I don't know, maybe the designation of the business, you know, what category of business it is, blah blah blah. Nothing. It's just though the day before.
Okay, it's like in any negotiation.
You're amongst friends here. You can vent all you like.
Negotiation exactly at the place that is.
That's what I'm doing.
Should be allowed to chop themselves up and pretend to be a lady. Clinton Youngkin won on this issue in Virginia. Ron DeSantis won on this issue.
This is some sunflare shit. Because that was the border there, so I'm getting shitty signal where I used to have great signal. I know it's the signal too. I'm back, refresh.
Down our nation's credit card with reckless spending, jacking up inflation to historic highs. Now they refuse to solve the spending crisis.
I'm here.
Voting against a compensation. Tackle the government spending problem, cut red tape, and curb our dependence on China. Our economy hangs in the balance. 7 million people could lose their jobs. Extreme Democrats are.
It's been happening all over lately. Even on the east side of Toledo, I can't. There's certain areas I can't even drive into, or it just drops off. They used to be. It's 5G.
Does this work on anybody?
It's 5G all the way to my house.
I'm not knocking.
The route I take shows 5G coverage from my house to my workplace.
Maybe it plays to run this TV.
There's no reason this should be happening. And it's not just. I think the streaming phone is on Verizon, and my personal phone's on T-Mobile. When it dropped off just now, what I'm watching on my T-Mobile phone locked up too. So it's a signal. I'm wondering if it's like sunflare bullshit. Sorry, I get louder when I think the signal's not working right. Echo chamber here.
But they've been in large part responsible for it too. And by the way, our debt to GDP at this point is over 100%.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Yeah, so, you don't get the speed that they say you're going to get.
And there's some marginal reduction in spending.
Then there's the old 5G conspiracy stuff too. Which of course they wouldn't tell us if they already knew that there was issues with that.
Why are we talking? We've got 10,000 people pouring across our southern border right now. We're chopping kids' genitals off. Do people really care about crazy AOC is spending your money? I just don't think it. No one cares.
See, it shows perfect signals, so I don't know.
We got record high inflation this year. It's just. I think that's a good thing. I wish we could have sound. I wish we could have a reliable stable economy. I wish we could get spending. But it just seems that is so far gone, and that has been advanced by both parties. If you want to stir people, if you want to draw a distinction between the two parties, I think you've got to speak.
Yeah, we got to do some tire repair today.
You've got to appeal to the common good. Even if you're talking strictly about economic matters, you've got to do so in a way that makes moral arguments. The left does this all the time. When the left talks about taxes or the environment or spending or any of the rest of it, they're always couching it in moral arguments, and those moral arguments resonate with people more. Whereas the Republicans tend to couch it as, do you want to give your money to Nancy Pelosi?
Russell Brand's live.
You should go buy a
Much rather be watching him.
You. Money, money, money.
Like those films where like the devices is one day you can kill anyone. Battle Royale, something like that. You know, those dystopian films. Purge, yeah, things like that. But this is why.
It's been fine, knock on wood, it's been fine since I finally got into Michigan. It was Ohio or Toledo that was fucked up. All the way from downtown Toledo through to the border was horrible signal. Yeah, I got a slow leak on my back tire. I've been fucking just adding air to it for the last week. Just seems like every time I think I finally have some time to go do it, something comes up. I'm just sitting here eating popcorn, reading chat. I didn't hear any of this stuff, so.
These people now, leave me alone. All the time. It's not just today, it's more every day. It will hold us possible. At this point, it's just like he's getting more enveloped in this day as the day goes on. He's lost his objectivity. You used to be a journalist, Paul. Yeah, well, I'm something much better now, baby. More sandwiches. How was it?
Charlie, listen to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Grab one of them Jones.
So, aren't you satisfied? It's back on the wheel bus for another 420 celebration in the
What's to be scared of?
I made it.
On Detroit's west side, Charlie 19.
Gator!
There's quite a few layers.
Welcome.
Post-modernity in that one extraordinary piece of news. You could put that up as a piece of art, really. Yeah. It's an installation of the same where the culture is now. It's an incredible celebration, particularly when you look at the fact that
tier.
Criticism, condemnation, and ability to criminalise certain classes of people. That's what you can do if you have certain substances that are culturally significant or emotionally necessary that are illegal. Here's the news. No, here's the fucking news. If cannabis isn't actually a gateway drug, then why is it still illegal? Particularly when the current administration said they were going to de-schedule it. And who on earth thinks that the solution to all of this might be to bomb Mexico? Why are they still criminalising drugs? We're talking about drug decriminalisation on the back of a debate on Fox News where Judge Janine predictably said the solution might be bomb Mexico. Is there a single problem that Judge Janine doesn't think can't be solved with a bomb, usually on Mexico? Look at these problems in Iran. Could we bomb Mexico?
Whenever I see people that get into a lot of drama in many chats, I'm not going to say any names specifically, I just look for the common denominator.
To stop fentanyl poisonings would be to legalize these drugs, which people want.
Seems like a sensible solution proposed by Greg Gutfeld, a libertarian, or indeed liberal solution, allowing people to do what they want as long as it doesn't affect other people. There is some precedent for decriminalisation, notably in Portugal. Since it decriminalised all drugs in 2001, Portugal has seen dramatic drops in overdoses, HIV infection, and drug-related crime. So it has been tried successfully.
The problem isn't with the dealers. The problem is with us, right? We're the demand. They're just the supplier. You know what? You want to know who the drug dealers are? Snoop Dogg was a drug dealer.
Ooh, I like Snoop Dogg.
Jay-Z was a drug dealer.
Ooh, I like Jay-Z.
50 Cent was a drug dealer.
Love Diddy.
Mark Wahlberg was a drug dealer.
Lucky Mark, gotta love him.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen? From Home Improvement? Tim Allen? This get weird.
And you want to no, Kid Rock was a drug dealer.
Drugs, yes. Bud Light.
No. There's a lot of hypocrisy from Republicans. What do they love and preach to everybody? Capitalism. What do they hate? Regulating it. What is the drug market? Unregulated capitalism. A lot, for the first rung onto that ladder of capitalism often is drug dealing for blacks.
Well,
so how dare you?
Interesting change of tone for a great. How
mean,
dare you prevent young hustler?
I've not. I mean, like I said, you may have your reason, Midwest, but I've never seen Anna say anything that deserves being blocked.
That sounds like bomb.
Not my channel, anyway. Or even when I see her in other people's channel. I mean, she's blunt, but I've never seen her be dishonest about things. Now,
let me ask you a question. What do you think?
The other side, I don't know.
Absolutely not. Okay. We can't legalize it. And look, here's the thing.
It's working great.
Well, no, because we're not doing everything we need to be doing.
Arrest more people?
No.
Because they're seeking oblivion?
Arrest? No, not yet. Judge James found a measure a little harsher than just plain arrest. Keep going, Judge.
Look, Joe Biden wants to sanction and financially cripple. We heard this drug czar saying they're going to know that we're serious. Are you kidding? We need to designate them as foreign terrorists.
Right. Finally, common sense. Here's Greg Gutfeld saying that they're entrepreneurs and Judge Janine terrorists. There's some pretty diverse views there on Fox.
Count Socula. I love it.
Terrorists. We need to have military.
Oh, that deserves a wrench.
The war on drugs. We all remember how successful that war on drugs was.
Yeah, that's moderator.
Struggle with drugs after the opioid deaths of the last few years.
And I don't care if President Obrador in Mexico thinks we're rude or thinks it's an insult that we would consider doing this. The truth is that if you've got 100,000 people dying, we're in a damn war right now. And these kids are not dying because they want to take.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. Do you get blocked on people's channels that you generally have chats with, though? I mean, that's, you know, when you block somebody for that, I mean, usually you want to say why.
Doctors financially to prescribe fentanyl, knowing that it was addictive and harmful. This is an example, I suppose, of how the mainstream media, even in their frame of the conversation, prevents you from looking at the issue in its entirety. While I recognise that
Fox News have been quite overt in their covering of the opioid crisis, fentanyl, the Sackler family, Purdue Pharma, all of that. Here, they seem to be moving once again towards, you know who caused all this? It's Mexicans. That's why you legalize it.
Undeclared war. No, that's not why you legalize
That's
it.
where you get the control of it. When it
Really?
look, read about Prohibition. The reason why people died during Prohibition was because the alcohol wasn't controlled.
Greg Gutfield very much carrying on the mantle left behind by Tucker Carlson and providing a genuinely liberal and anti-establishment voice in a corporatized space. I wouldn't have believed it possible just 5-10 years ago. You'd never see someone on Fox News who's salaried by them saying that drugs should be criminalised and the pharmaceutical industry are worse than drug dealers, ensuring that the debate is handled deftly.
Once you control people, then you know it's an Adderall. So you know it's a
Yeah, that makes for a good day generally when you have a fired up Anna. I like it.
It's legal, by the way. Prescription. No, yes.
Lethal, like a bomb. It's going to be landing any minute in Acapulco.
But it's also legal.
I know it's legal.
It's also lethal on the street, but not lethal when it's prescribed.
Well, it's not lethal when it's prescribed. Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
get
right.
it. But here's the problem: is that the kids who don't want necessarily an illegal drug and only want something that's ordinary and that is in everybody's medicine cabinet end up taking something
Because
like
it's not regulated, because they get mixed. You agree?
I read that, and and believe me, I'm not going to say which channels, but a couple channels that I have supported that were new, that are still growing, and like I said, I don't care about being a moderator. The only thing, one of the main reasons I make people moderators is because it makes it easier for them to check people's channels to see if they're even a real account, blah, blah, blah. You can drop links. But I was a moderator on a couple of those channels, and I'm pretty sure the same person probably told them to remove me as a moderator, which I don't give a fuck, but I don't participate in that crap. But I enjoy watching it. I will tell you that. I'll never block that kind of shit. I enjoy watching that. I mean, if I'm not providing any content, at least let's get some content up in the chat. Morning, Indiana. Yeah, oh well. Let's see what these signs say. What time is it? I got time.
Guns don't just get up on their own and kill people. You drugs don't just get up on their own and give themselves. It's the exact same argument. Quite a good one from that beautiful Guess Who character.
If we're going to bomb Mexico, why don't we bomb China? China's the source of the fentanyl. I mean, you just cannot. You cannot do these kinds of acts. That's why I think that I've covered every drug from 1970. I was there when Nixon started the war on drugs. It's not.
Oh, shut up, Geraldo.
We've got to confess it.
What the hell does these signs say?
Trillions of
food drives.
dollars
Oh, okay,
wasted.
food drive.
No
Letter carriers,
control.
food drive. That's what that. Okay, I thought it was a protest out there. They were doing a food drive.
It's the easiest comparison one could make.
There are a lot of very progressive, liberal views being expressed in this debate, and it's an indication of how much the taxonomies of media have shifted. It would have been unthinkable to see a debate where views were expressed articulately that were anti the war on drugs or anti-legislation and regulation and criminalisation and condemnation around those issues. It shows you in a sense that the old barometers, markers and categories are starting to melt away. Whether it's legitimate or sincere, I would say in the case of Greg Gutfield, having met Greg, that it is sincere. Elsewhere it might be rhetorical on the channel, and in no position to really say. But what this tells us, I think, is that the old values are shifting. This is somewhat underpinned by the recent revelation through study that cannabis is not, as long presumed, a gateway drug at all. Legalising recreational cannabis at the state level does not increase substance use disorders or use use of other illicit drugs among adults, and in fact may reduce alcohol-related problems, according to new CU Boulder research. The study of more than 4,000 twins from Colorado and Minnesota also found no link between cannabis legalization and increases in cognitive, psychological, social relationship or financial problems. Of course, one of the campaign pledges of the Biden administration was that cannabis would be descheduled. Let's see how that went. In a campaign ad that hit YouTube 7 days before the 2020 election, Biden said, as president, I'll work to reform the criminal justice system, improve community policing, decriminalise marijuana, and automatically expunge all prior marijuana convictions. According to a Gallup poll last fall, 68% of Americans said that they wanted to go beyond Biden's model. They want full federal legalization of the recreational
I hope so.
marijuana by adults. The kinds of big dramatic...
I hope so, because I think Anna's probably going to drop some honesty about what's going on. Hang on.
Support among Democrats, but best of all, it wouldn't even be a
What's up?
issue
How
for
can I help you?
mobilizing conservative voters. That poll
Okay.
showed slightly more Republicans before it, 50%, and against it, 49%. Other polls in the last few years have put the Republican for number even higher. A Pew poll in November 2019 found that 55% of Republican-leaning voters...
Well, I mean, I get to probably start Monday over on Telegraph.
And is broadly
Meet me back here at 1 o'clock.
I have genuine questions as to why it's not carried, and I feel that it might indicate a deeper set of psychological biases at an institutional level, as well as a means to incarcerate, stigmatize, and criminalize people conveniently. Eventually, drugs will become decriminalised, if not fully legalised, because it simply doesn't make sense. It's a relic from a more legislative and prohibitive era that can't withstand the kind of conversations that we're currently having around identity, freedom, the right...
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything, Anna. You told me that in confidence. Okay, I'm going to have the stream back up at 1 o'clock my time, so top of the hour. I'd like to see this resumed. I'd like to see it resolved. Hopefully a phone call gets made and we can get this resolved. If not, it is what it is. So, please, the number was posted. Midwest, could you just give her a call and at least find out? I mean, I understand why somebody wouldn't want to put out everybody's stuff on there, but may have a serious issue with them, so. Yep. So, all right, I got to get inside. I'm going to get this posted, or get the 1 o'clock or the desktop stream set up, and we'll go from there. Oh, forgot my headset, or forgot my earbuds. Damn it. Damn it. I had them plugged in too. Yeah, they're on my desk at home. All right, peace, everybody.